Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another episode of Heaven on High and Chill. Previously, we got all the way up to floor 40, so of course that means that we're doing floors 41 to 50 in this particular episode. Can we actually survive? That is a good question. So floors 41 to 50 is where, obviously, Heaven on High changes. We're going a bit higher than the lower floors, and we're going to have to be a bit more careful. There are a few monsters that we have to be aware of just so we get those out of the way in case, we end up dying to these and you know what they did. Basically, it introduces a lot more roaming type monsters, one of which is the Heavenly Mimizu, which is a worm monster. And this thing will basically enrage eventually and pull party members inwards, doing lethal damage. So we have to prioritize those when we see them. We also have the Heavenly Kuro Usagi, which is another roamer. This is a massive AoE, this line AoE. It's quite easy to dodge, but can displace unprepared players, the thing that I'm reading tells me about. I've made a few notes here, basically, from looking this up. And, of course, we have the boss at the end, which is basically Herodric Poison Tongue. And, we'll talk about him if we get close to it. Hopefully we get close to it. Bear in mind, if we die on this isn't necessarily the end of this saga. Just basically off camera, I would level all the way back up to floor 41 and do it again. And then we would film. So without further ado, let's start floor 41 and welcome to Heaven on High and Chill. Basically where I get to talk to you randomly as if I was live streaming, kind of, and do some content in the background. So immediately you can see that things have changed. This is what the map looks like on the higher floors if you've never been up here. I think a lot of you will, unless you've never touched Heaven on High before. So we've got quite a good selection of bits and pieces, and we have 3 Magicite. What is this? This is safety. We're going to pop that then. I can already hear there's a couple of patrols. That's the Kuro Usagi that does a massive AoE. We're gonna have to take care of this fella, I think. So let's do that quickly. Jump in there, smash him to pieces as much as we can. We can move from that easy. That's the rock slide AoE. No problem. A little less health than I expected him to have, but that's one of the patrols dealt with. So again, the thing is, we should always be prioritizing roaming monsters, and we should never enter the center of the rooms. We should always try and pull out of rooms into corridors and watch for anything that spawns behind us. So it's going to be a lot more difficult to do what I did on the previous floors and like chit chat with you at the same time as maintaining any kind of focus on the higher floors that we get to. But we should be okay if we take it a bit at a time. We have heals, obviously, and we're just going to make the most of it. Of course, we can't dilly-dally too much either on the higher floors. It takes a bit longer to get through. Perhaps you might be a bit more fearful. So it takes you longer to get through a floor. We're going to drop down the sound just a tad because the spell effects are probably going to be more deafening than me and my voice. So we're going to try and click on this and see if there's any Magicite. We should always be doing that. I don't know why I closed my character screen there. Oh, and it's, of course, a Mimic. So let's take care of the Mimic as fast as we possibly can. I'm not a fan of Mimics, especially on the lower floors when they can literally just devour you. There's the Malice. So there we go. We managed to kill it before Malice went off. It is interruptible, but again, we are playing Red Mage. So this looks fairly straightforward. We're just going to keep pulling and playing around. So yeah, I guess we should talk about other bits and pieces then, since there's not much on screen to really chit chat about once we pull these mobs. The passage is open as well, so we can make use of that momentarily. More recently, I did an apology video, as you all saw, apologizing about me basically helping the spread of misinformation by essentially saying that there would be no live letter, like an actual broadcast live letter. However, there will be a letter from a producer. Well, it turns out there is both, as I apologized for. And really, the best thing about that was how nice people were about it. basically saying that they don't blame me for getting hyped about something and yada yada. But there was a lot of people who did have outreach to be negative, but it just shows that those were the minority. And the majority of people did understand why I made the video like I did. And it's mostly, majoritively because of that hype. And also I thought that I could trust the source that I was reading. But, you live and you learn. And that's part of any sort of journalist ever sort of integrity, journalistic integrity. That's it. Where you have to admit when you're wrong, and I'm definitely wrong in that situation. We're not going to dilly-dally on the floors too much. It's really, I don't think it's much point. We can decrease the number of enemies on the next floor. Why not? We're going to get one of them commanders as well, probably. We're going to make these 10 floors as easy as we possibly can for ourselves without gimping it. But yeah, back to the topic that I was talking about. I'm incredibly happy with the response, people. The support I get always blows me away. There's never a moment where I go, oh, everybody hates me. It's not that bad. Let's be honest. I think the majority of people understand the situation. And the comment section was lovely. In other news, I did a product review. My first product review I've ever done on this channel. I was filled with dread, many sleepless nights, actually, believe it or not. It took me a while to compile the information and put that together, and obviously I did actually spend a week apart from testing it to actually giving my final verdict. I really wanted to be as transparent as possible about that. I'm not sure many people believe half of the reviewers out there, but I think to review something as cool as a monitor like that, you need to put some time into it and try it on different things. So I really did try to give it as much time as was necessary. And I think that I came up with something good. Now, obviously, the limitations are the camera that I have, which is on my iPhone, which is never going to be as good as like a professional camera you see on all these reviewers' websites and other YouTube channels like Linus Tech Tips. But that's not what I was trying to be. I was trying to make an honest review based on my own circumstances, and there was no emphasis on me having to say anything in particular in the video from BenQ. They were really nice about it. The guy who actually sent me the monitor, the guy who works for BenQ, watches my videos. I know that sounds crazy, but he is an employee. He obviously works in the correct area to allow for things like that to happen. And that's how it went forward. It was obviously still needed to be mentioned that I received it for free via FTC guidelines and all that, all legal stuff. So yes, I did receive it for free. I didn't receive any money or anything, though. A lot of people usually think that you get paid for a lot of these reviews, but in that particular situation, I did not, and that's fine by me. I'd much rather that not be the situation. I'd rather just have, send me the product, I'll review it for free, and I get to keep the product. That's always nice. But I will only ever accept stuff that I personally think is a match for the channel. Like, that monitor is going to be really, really useful. I'll be using it to edit, not this video, because we don't edit the Heaven on High stuff, but any of the advanced editing stuff that I do, any of the other videos, basically, I will be using that monitor as a daily use. We've got frailty there. There's no point popping that. Might as well kill this fella, though, because he's only in the way. Come over here, rock boy. There we go. But yeah, I was also very impressed with the comment section on that video. Yes, obviously it didn't get as many views as the others, and I don't expect it to. It's not really why you come and watch videos on the channel, but a few regulars watched that, and it was very nice to see that people, for the most part, had the idea that, hey, my monitor has actually just failed. A few people said that, actually. It was eerie because their monitor had failed and they were looking for a new option. Yeah, it is, honestly, without any emphasis, because obviously this isn't the video, I can tell you that it is definitely worth it. I'm really enjoying using it as a main monitor. How are we best dealing with this? There's two of these patrols. Can we just pull one of them over here? Is that something we can do? Maybe we can just jolt him. Yeah, there we go. No problem. As I was saying, so there's no emphasis in this video for me to be like all, you know, sucking up to anybody or anything like that. But it really is genuinely quite a good monitor. 60 hertz, you know, might not be everyone's cup of tea at the end of the day, but it genuinely is something that I would probably purchase myself. I wouldn't want to go and get a really expensive one as an entry into 4K anyway. But yeah, it does the job. The colors on it is absolutely exceptional. I really hope that some of that stuff came across in the video. It's very hard though, obviously, when you're filming on, you know, I tried to film it in 4K. I couldn't render it in the highest bitrate that I wanted, unfortunately. But that's just the nature of my setup. It would have taken me, oh, I don't know, probably over 8 hours to render something of that size, you know. I don't have the hard drive space for it in this PC. I don't have the hardware for it. That sort of stuff will have to wait until August when we get a new computer, which will have a Threadripper in it, so that should cut down the rendering times from 8 hours to like nothing. But you only really have to do it makes me sound like I'm exaggerating when I say 8 hours, but for a 4K video of about 20 minutes at like 100 bit rate, we're talking 29, what was it, 29? It's like 30 something gigabytes a file, right? And then obviously you need to, it has to do like a single pass or a duo pass depending on how you're rendering it. You're looking at, on my system, at least 8 hours. So it isn't an exaggeration. I could literally provide that information. I could try and do a render for you and show you how long it would take. But yeah, that's why I don't really do the 4K stuff at the moment. Even though I've got this new monitor, I will predominantly be recording it in 1080p. And I'll be obviously rendering it 1080p because that's the native resolution of recording. That's what you should do on YouTube. You should never upscale, really. It looks horrible. Downscaling's not so bad, but again, it's still better to produce a video in the way it was recorded, in my opinion. Oh, God, another bloody mimic. But yeah, it really is something that I'm going to be using every day, and the color difference side by side to my 1080p ViewSonic monitors is just, well, yeah, it's miles apart. It really is. So where have we got to go? Oh, right, there's still a room down on the south side of the res room. Look, we've opened the gate. I've been rambling a bit. I should have probably gone straight there, but we'll be fine. Just have to be careful not to cause any traps or anything. We're just going to cut straight across. We're not going to mess around that treasure coffer. We've already wasted enough time, I think. So we're doing all right, actually. Not doing too bad in terms of the floors here. It can't be bad if I'm managing to ramble without panicking too much. So we've got one of those monolith things. Those things suck. Got another one of those patrolly dudes. Let's deal with the Sekiban. Sekiban. Let's deal with this fella. Get rid of you. Easy peasy. It should be easy peasy. There's only one of them. We've got Sekizo patrolling. I could wait for this guy, honestly, but should we wait for him? He might be going over there, though. We should just jab him. There you go. Have a jab. Come over here, my friend, into my parlor of death. Lovely. All right. So I'm guessing that the return area would be this way, but that's pure guess. We do need to make sure that we clear some of these monsters, though. Because if we do get a trap or a spawn behind us, let's not stand in epigraph. That would be suboptimal. Pretty sure that would be a death as well. Let's just quickly check on that patrol. Do I see it? No. Okay, that's fine. I just don't want it to be going behind me and just eating me. Okay, we got another epitaph this way. Ooh, we got a strength we can use. That's good. That will help us in our time of need. Yeah, that guy can screw himself. We don't need to kill him. We've got some more Sekiban. Let's get that going. Oop. Okay. Lovely jubbly. I'm not going to risk it, actually. Just take care of it without getting hit by epigraph. That's a way to end a run, would be for me to get cocky, I think. Yes. As opposed to all of the other RNG ways that we could fail a run. So a Commander of Witching, so technically we can get away with using a Witching if we need to, even though I wouldn't hesitate anyway. So that's just a return room. We might as well kill one of these here. I don't think it will really matter that much. So it must be the other side then. That's annoying. Okay, let's get a sprint on the go. But yeah, I was really impressed with the positive feedback that I've got for those videos in particular. I definitely thought the product review video was going to go southwards in terms of viewer response, but thankfully people were very, very nice about it, and I can't thank you enough for being understanding. I was half expecting to see the words shill and, you know, sell out and all of those things, but I misunderstood which community I was a part of, so I apologize for thinking the worst of you guys, because honestly, you really are special people in the best possible way. I really do mean that. There's nothing more friendly and understanding than the 14 community, in my opinion. People might joke about it, people might meme on it, great community by the way and all that stuff, but honestly, when it comes down to it, the majority of people are absolutely wonderful. And I'm so happy that I'm a welcomed member of that. So I will do what I need to do to keep on that path. Should we check this treasure chest quickly? I'm not going to go in that other room though. That can screw itself. I did miss a silver, but we'll just try to pretend we didn't miss the silver, okay? It's probably easier that way. Auto heal penalty, eh? That's not fun. We could remove enchantments. I don't know, I kind of rely on a bit of auto heal, but I think we'll just hit the O panic button there. Or, yeah, probably there, and maybe frailty as well, if we get into trouble. We don't have petrification, do we? I used it on an earlier floor. I could really do with a few of those. The petrification ones. They are really, really godlike. Especially for clearing floors quickly. So I do regret using that on an earlier floor. Ooh, I didn't see the other guy. There we go. Let's get this over here. Don't want these Psychoro to be anywhere near the others. I think they have a pretty meaty... I think most things have a pretty meaty attack, actually, on these floors, don't they? So we're not getting auto-healed now, so we have to be mindful of our health situation. After each pull, we have to do a bit of the curing. Not a problem, though, for a red mage. That's why we love this class. As much as some people in my community hate it, such as James, who's been on the... on my, tea time episodes before. He absolutely can't stand red mage at all. Intuition. Intuition is the sax, isn't it? Let's get one of them going in. Might as well. Not going to fight those. Can't be bothered. There's plenty of mobs all around. We've got 43 minutes, and we're on floor 45. Hello. I did not expect to see you here, sir. Would you care to be interested in the word of pain? There we go. Let's get rid of you as well. Come my way, Mr. Dara. Into the cave of death. Oh, you really did get screwed, didn't you? We've run out of strength buff, so it's not like that's really helping. There we go. Lovely. So the passage beacon. The bacon passage. Bacon passage. That sounds like heaven for some viewers, isn't it? If you like bacon. A bacon-covered passage. Yes. Wow, that's a lot of Sekiban there. Very nice. Can we just walk past them? Don't be making those grumbly noises at me, Sekiban. You we're going to kill, though, because I don't feel my chances increasing if I don't. There we go. Easy mode. You're going to be looking that direction, aren't you? That's fine. I have some nukes ready for you. Just check nothing spawned. A couple of Vercures, so we can get dual cast on the second Vercure. Lovely. And we'll do a bit of sprinting. There's the kind of, yeah, passageway. So let's take care of this fella. Did I hear something spawn? No, okay. I'm very, very nervous when it comes to things spawning behind me. Especially after one of the first episodes, we saw like 3 or 4 sharks spawn back to back? Hopefully I've got rid of my RNG about that sort of stuff earlier. I should have checked that gold chest, actually. A lot of people are going to be backseating going, oh, you missed this chest and this chest and this chest. These could have had your petrification that you've wanted so badly in the Meoni. You're playing bad. I know. Right, so here's the worm. We have to focus on this guy. We have to get rid of him at all costs because of his silly ability. Pretty weak, but he has to be our main focus whenever we see one of those. Ooh, an Iseki. The higher floors, you know, when you get up... Oh, there's the petrification. Look at that. See? No need to worry about those other floors. We're good. Let's hope we can get more than one, though. That would be nice. Just noticed that worm dropped a treasure coffer, a silver as well. That could be really helpful. Okay. Give me that. Give me it. What you got? Oh my god. It's a detonator. Of course it is. That's why you don't open chests in combat, by the way. You always finish combat before opening a chest. Top tip. Meoni's top tip. Otherwise, if you're on a floor with, like, non-healing or something, and you pop that, you're in for a bad time. That's the passageway, so we're right next to that. That's a good place to be. Let's pull the Akaishi in here. These rock dudes. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Boom, boom. Let's not stand in Wild Horn there, yeah. Saikoro, and we've got a Sekiban in there as well. That's fine. There we go. Boop. Boop. That should kill you. A bit overkill, actually. But there we go. Back off with this. Okay. We can stand in that. Yeah. Get that attack off. Lovely. So we can actually go already, but I see the Accursed Horde. And I'm a very greedy player. So, we're going to go for the Accursed Horde, boys. I'm sorry. A lot of people will disagree with that, especially with 39 minutes on the clock, but I want my sack, okay? My back, sack, and crack? No, that's something else. Come on, Saikoro. I'm not going in there. Screw that. Now, this could be a really, really terrible trap. Oh. That was a trap. Okay. So I'm not trusting this room at all now. Oof. Okay, let's get fully healed, because if there's another bomb... we just... bolts over here. Oh, there's a trap. I told you. They put traps next to the Accursed Horde. Sometimes they're not worth going for, right? How annoying. Let's not mess around too much. We did get a sack, though. But we got a debuff, so that kind of sucks. Let's get out of here. Let's get to floor 47. We're doing fine for time, I think. 38 minutes is highly respectable. We could have afforded to mess around a bit more, but... again, do we really want to be focusing on checking every single room? Probably not. Check this treasure chest. Ooh, a strength. Okay, we'll pop that. We've got one of every Pomander, so we're in an okay situation. We're in the return room, not that that's going to help us, obviously. Although we do have a Pomander of Raising, so if we were worried, we could use that. Let's just take care of this trash then that's filling this room. Passageway full of death. Not a place you want to spend your holidays, is it really? There we go. And then you. Come at house, my friend. Gonna stab you a few times. As you do. Oh, you died quick. That's because we got strength. I forgot we had strength on. We do have this horrible debuff, though, with a HP penalty. That kind of sucks. But that's for this floor, right? Oh, the worm. Right. Okay. Let's take care of this worm quickly. Oh, that was so nice. That was tasty. Goodbye. Did you drop a chest? You did drop a chest. Oh, you dropped another strength. Well, we can refresh the timer on that one, right? Okay. Another mizu. Give me a loot chest. You massive pinata face. Did you not give me one? Oh, wow. What a scumbag. A friend gave me one. Damn it. So we've got a nice strength buff. We need to make the most of that whilst we're here. I shouldn't have leapt in there, to be perfectly honest with you, but that's fine. What's the worst that could happen? We're not going to move from this spot in case there's a trap, though. That could be suboptimal. Can't take care of this Akaishi. Move that backwards if we're going to move anywhere. Yes. Fully healed. Good. Okay, sprint across there, grab the chest. Have a little look, see what's down there. We've got another witching, but we can't use that. That's fine. We don't actually need to do anything in these areas. I think we should just carry on, considering we've unlocked a cairn of passage, and we're risking it if we go in other rooms and just keep looting for no reason. We have a healthy supply of Pomanders. Yeah, we only have one. See, look, items unavailable anyway, right? And that's a mimic. Of course it is. It's always a bloody mimic. We'll probably end up getting rid of the debuff on this floor, to be honest. I like the ability to have an oh crap button. We do have Magicite, though, that we could use. Affluence. See, that would be quite useful. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do a Serenity. We're going to pop an Affluence, so on the next floor we get more chests, and then we're going to refresh that. Okay. That way we might be able to get one of those back again. God. Got some crap in here, eh? Those Monoiwa. Monoiwa? Don't know how you pronounce the other mob in there. I'm sure I will find out in the comment section. Monoiwa. Monoiwa. Yes. What a cool looking mob. Basically, it's one of those dudes who got turned to stone or whatever, right? In the storyline. If I'm remembering correctly. Like the ones in the, oh, there's a Wormu. Hello, Wormu. Are you going to give me a silver chest, buddy? Or, you know, better yet, a new safety, or whatever it's called. Nope. Okay, screw you, worm. You bad worm. This is the room of passageway as well, like the passageway room. So it's actually quite a handy place to be. Just stand out of that in case it goes off before I move. We are not going to leap in there. No way. That just looks like bait, dude. Lovely. Tasty. We can move on. We have 34 minutes on floor 48. Let's have a quick nosy. I'm going to get this chest in here at least then. We're doing quite well on time. We need to probably pace ourselves just a little bit. Just a little bit, right? At least check another room. Wow, that's a couple of AoEs, isn't it? Where's that from? Is that from this fella? Oh. Let's take care of you. I'm going to loot the chest and then I'm going to run. Yeah, it was aisle drop. That's something you don't want to be in. Concealment. Oh. Nah. I think I'll just carry on. I kind of half regret not having that one to remove effects, but yeah, he'll be fine. I'll be fine. No regrets will be heard from me in future, I hope. We have a worm that's patrolling away from us. Concealment again? I'm not using concealment. I don't really want to do that. Probably on the higher floors. I mean, we have plenty of them for that, so... But for now, we're all good. I don't mind being seen. Gonna take care of this fella as well, once we're here. Boop. Get over here. There we go. It's very hard not to focus very hard on this stuff and just lose track of what you're actually doing, that I'm actually recording. Hopefully it's not a complete ramble. Although it probably is. So anyway, what do people think about the 5.3 release date? Me personally, I found that a lot of people have been very, well, not a lot of people, but there's a heavy, highly voiced minority on YouTube and Twitch that have been pretty aggressive about the dev situation and the reasoning behind the delay. I'm not going to mention names, obviously, because I don't think that would be very fair for me to name and shame people in our community. You can do that yourself, you know. But yeah, I was surprised at how many people I know, you know, from a professional standpoint, not from a friendly standpoint, were actually throwing their toys at the pram, so to speak. I found it quite scary, actually, that they couldn't understand the principles, the basic principles of this is a delay, we're having trouble, this is the reason, I'm sorry. You know, they were apologetic about it. Yoshi P was, I don't know. I find it very hard to defend those people who find, you know, it better that they rush content rather than release it when it's ready. I find it kind of disgusting to read the stuff that I read. And I was very disappointed in certain members of the community that are leaders of it, so to speak, in certain areas. Personally, I've got no problem with it. I think that it should be delayed as long as it's necessary. A lot of people were a bit confused or sad about the implications on patch 5.4 and onwards being delayed because of it, you know, not on the original release schedule and such, right? And that's just naturally going to happen anyway, right? They can't do anything about that now. It's better that they delay 5.3 and everything else to ensure that each patch has the same amount of content in it that's required, rather than skipping on stuff, right? I'd rather have a patch with stuff to do in it rather than headline or half of the stuff to be missing, and then because we're still going to be waiting 3 months-esque between major patches. So I personally disagree with the idea that they should just rush stuff out. I want a sizable patch. We've been waiting a very long time, but what I'm saying is we can wait a bit longer, and it's not really going to do anything bad, I don't think. So I would say don't listen to the minority of the community or content creators or, you know, influencers that seem to... There you go, there's another petrification, lovely. That seem to have this massive chip on their shoulder about it. I think it's a little bit strange, really, to have that sort of standpoint. You know how it is at Square Enix. They've had to deal with a crap situation, and this is the result of it. And we have to be accepting of it and look forward to the patch, rather than try to make clickbait videos about it. But that's my personal opinion. Anyway, so we're on to the boss now. Believe it or not, this is Gozu. So he's basically Herodric Poison Tongue from the Drunken City of Scala. No, Drowned City. He doesn't do the tail swipe move, as far as I know. So he has Ripper Claw, which lifts his arm and then does a frontal AoE after a short delay. So you want to move from the front, so go behind him when he does Ripper Claw. His laser targets a random party member where he crouches and then shoots. So we can actually break line of sight to dodge this, so we keep moving, basically. Perfect for Red Mage. And Raw summons bunches of orbs, which do AoEs, basically. They pulse for damage repeatedly, so you avoid them. And that should be it. So we've got 4 minutes of damage up and healing potency up. I don't think we really need to do anything else other than kick his ass, personally. So let's do exactly that. The strength commander should really give us an advantage here. We're going to have to watch our healing. So in theory, we should be able to go behind the boss to avoid that. Nicely done. A lot of the stuff isn't as telegraphed, perhaps, or is telegraphed. See, look, there's the other thing. There's the laser beam. So he crouches. There's no like AoEs on the floor, that kind of thing. So this is Eye of Fire. So you look away for this. That's something I hadn't written in my notes. I'd forgotten about that, but it's fairly obvious. So now should be the orbs, right? So we don't want to be near an orb, and we don't want to be near the boss when those go off. Yeah. Okay, there's the spin. So we don't want to be near him. And they pulse for a while, so we can do some more damage to him. But we don't want to be in front of him because of that. Simple. Okay, and he's going to do his laser thing in a few seconds, probably. Yep, there's his laser. We're just going to go behind him for that. Easy peasy. Look at this. No problems at all. Make sure we get a few vacuers off as we just walk over here. Bot's not looking at him. I think he's going to summon more balls in a second. So it's just a case of finding the area to stand in. I'm going to go over here personally. And then the boss can come to me in a moment. Nice max range area. Not going to get hit for much. Just 6,200 damage. Not a big deal. And we'll continue. So we have to go behind the boss here because of that AoE. And then he'll do his line thing again. So really straightforward. Very difficult to mess up, you know, unless you're slow or lagging or whatever. It's not really a problem, is it? And we got 26 minutes left on the clock. So that's 26 minutes I could have explored with instead, you know, or done anything I wanted to. Let's just do a bit of a combo on you once we can. Yep. Okay, run away. Lots of... Oh, they're nice and easy balls, actually. They're all in one area. Lovely. I've not seen that pattern before, I don't think. It's usually more spread out than that. Don't know if we baited it by being that close to him or not, but, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, Gozu, easy peasy boss. But you have to have an entry-level boss for the higher floors, don't you? If you started with, like, the later bosses on this floor, I think people would be a bit shocked. But you'll see there's a lot more mechanics, right? A lot more things to deal with than we had to deal with on the lower floors where I could just talk randomly. There comes the balls again. Nice safe zone over here. And the boss is nearly dead though. But I'm not going to risk it for a biscuit. Just going to play it easy, play it nice, play it calm and collected. We're not making any mistakes in this run. I refuse. Okay, let's go behind you here. Alright. Could do with slide casting rather than moving like that, but it is what it is. Got another AoE on the go. Boop. Oh, you're already dead. Okay. Goodbye, Gozu. Thank you, Strength Buff. You were really, really helpful. And that, my friends, is floor 41 to 50 with 24, nearly 25 minutes left. I do love these upper floors. Look how beautiful that looks. If I could get in here to film like a tea time, that would be incredible. But we'd only have 24 minutes, so I don't think we'd be able to do that. But yeah, the higher we get on Heaven on High, the prettier it gets. Much like with Palace of Dead, with how deep you go. You also get windows as well, where you can start to see the cloud layer look. And the further up you get, the closer you get to being able to being above the cloud layer. So yeah, we're quite a way up in that particular zone in the Ruby Sea right now. Quite impressive, isn't it? But there we go. That, my friends, was our floor 41 to 50. Nice and peaceful. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Before we go, we did get an Accursed Horde. I did it in the last video as well. We're going to have a quick look and see what we get. Hopefully we get a minion or something. We could get a firework. A minion would be a nice consolation prize for that, I think. So let's see here. All right, what have we got? So we got 2 gold haloed sacks. Lovely. So let's see what we get in those sacks. Let's do that. From the first sack, oh, we got a proc. What did we get? A minion? Is it going to be a minion? No, we got Quick Arm Materia 6. I mean, it's not the worst thing, I suppose, but come on. Oh, it didn't proc. This will be a firework or something. Yep. Cherry confetti. Woo! Well, at least we can end on a high note, or at least a confetti note. Look at that. And it's gone. Oh dear. Anyway, thank you kindly for watching this video. I will continue my Heaven on High series as I like to. I know these are a bit sporadic apart, but I have to be in the mood. And I have to be definitely up for the challenge. There's no point me going in there half dead on some of the nights. I have to be, you know, feeling it. Otherwise, we're just going to wipe on the first floor and it's going to look really bad. But anyway, thank you kindly for watching this video. Thank you for supporting the channel as you guys do. It really is just exceptional to be in this community. And I love every single day that I continue to be a part of it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will indeed see you all next time. Bye.